Hello everybody and welcome back to Low Budget Repairs. In the previous video, I renovated this children's playground area as well as painted a few things as well. Unfortunately, at the end of that video, I got it stuck in a screen when I was getting my reward, and I then had to redo the whole thing because the autosave was much earlier in the day. So I've had to redo this between the videos. Actually didn't take too long because obviously I knew where everything was going to go, and I made a slightly better job of it, I think, second time around. So I got better coverage on the paint. It is by no means perfect, as you can see, but I did get better coverage. That's still 2 cans of paint to do each side of that, but it is a lot better than it was, I think, the first time round. And I managed to do the benches with only 1 can of paint, so we saved a bit of money there as well. So that is all good for them to play on now and all good to go, and we can now head off and get a new job. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay then, here we are. Home, messy home, because there is nothing sweet about this place. It definitely needs a good renovation and a clean. Even if we just tidied it up would make quite a bit of difference, actually, wouldn't it? This is a terrible thing to come back to after work. And you come back and it's all messy in your yard. What a terrible thing that would be. But before we do anything like that, we need to go and check for available jobs because we need more money. So let's go across the road and do just that. We've got a job down here then. Righty-tighty. Vladek isn't entirely sure why his wife wants to call in a professional. After all, they just need to assemble some furniture, hang some pictures on the wall, and fix a broken chair. Well, that does seem quite easy, doesn't it? I would also be wondering why my wife wants to call in a professional for that. Maybe he's just not very good at DIY. Let's have a look at the scope of the job. We need to hang a couple of paintings in the kitchen. We then need to place blue wave tiles in the bathroom. Seems pretty easy. Buy a reindeer wardrobe and fit it, and then assemble the bed in the bedroom. It does seem rather simple. It probably won't go that simply, knowing this game. I'm sure there'll be some mishaps along the way. But yeah, it seems like an easy enough job. Good payment, so we shall start the job. And head over to the customer's house. Just before we do, though, we have actually got some tiles left over from a previous job. I don't suppose they happen to be blue wave. I'm guessing not by the look of them. Yeah, they definitely don't look like blue wave tiles. I assume they would be blue, for example, and they are most definitely not blue. It's a shame it doesn't tell you what they are by hovering over those. So with the paint, it says, obviously, fresh basil there. We've got vanilla cream. If I hover over the plaster compound, I can see it's plaster compound, but if you hover over a tile, it doesn't actually tell you what it is. So if you had a lot of those in stock, it would be very difficult to differentiate between them all. You'd have to learn what they all look like. Hopefully that changes. I did notice, though, between the videos, you can actually have a much larger backpack. So if you press tab, you end up with this backpack. So all you have to do is basically just drag and drop all of your stuff from here. So you actually have all of this space, which is quite handy. So I don't actually need to keep everything on the floor like I'm doing just down here. We could take it all with us because I have plenty of room. Although I don't think we're going to need any of it for today's job. So I'm going to leave it all here for now. We might just use this stuff around this property here and start just using some of the old bits and pieces to get this place looking spick and span. But at least we've got plenty of room now. If the client happens to have loads of stuff we can take from a job, I've got loads of places, not only at the bottom, but now also in my backpack. So that's quite handy to know. All right, let's head over to the customer's house then and scope the job out.
Whoa, that is hideous. But hey, customer is king, Messick. You've hung cabinets, so this works the same. Drill hole, drive screw, hang picture, voila.
Sounds simple enough. I do remember hanging a picture in the playtest when I played that, actually, so I think I remember roughly what we're doing there. So we have to do those in the kitchen, which is in there, so we can get on with that. Buy and place blue wave piles. We'll save that towards the end, I think, as well as the buy reindeer wardrobe, so I need to go to the shop and buy the stuff. So we'll save all of that to the end. Assemble the bed in the bedroom and the dresser. They've been purchased for us, so that's fairly simple. And then hang the clock from the corridor, so that clock there, in here above the TV, easy enough, and fix the chair. So we can do all of that stuff, get all of that done, then we'll head to the shop, buy the stuff we need, come back, finish the other 2. So we'll start off in the kitchen then, right. Still food painting wants to be hung above the radiator, so that's there. Hang the court painting on the left side of the table. So does that mean on the left side of I presume it does, because if we're putting one there, so it's not just like on the wall over there somewhere on the left of the table. It is on the left side of the table because we're already having a painting here. So it's got to be about there somewhere. All right, well, let's do the still food one first then, of the radiator. Careful not to break anything on my way through here. Let's line this up. You can't, I don't believe, you can't, yeah, you can't mark this. Why can't you mark these? Like you can with the cupboards, you can mark it. Why can't you mark these and just put like a little mark on somewhere so you know roughly what height you're going to at the very least? Right, I think those screws are the other side of the wall. I don't see them on this side, so I think that's something behind, so avoid those. We hang it about there? Think so. Let's put that down. Get out a drill. And it's somewhere about there. Very rough because we can't mark it. Hopefully that will do. Put in a screw. Hopefully we can hang this straight. What's the betting we can't? Somewhere about there. Drop it. A little bit low, probably, but not bad. Probably a bit on the low side. Maybe a bit higher would have been better. But it's all right. I'll take that. That's not bad at all. Right. Grab the other one. Right, this wants to go then. So the left side of the table. So I'm guessing it's just going to be right next to it then, isn't it, basically? Somewhere about there. Not bad. The drill back out. So we'll get it about there. Sure, why not? All right, put in a screw. Probably a bit on the low side, but it's difficult to line up with that. It needs to be a bit higher. It doesn't need to be about there. But because you can't mark it, that's incredibly difficult to do. I would love to put a line in just there. So I knew that was the height, so I can just go down like a couple of inches. That's where you draw your hole. Perfect. Then it's perfectly in line, perfectly in line. But they're happy with it. It's ticked off. They should get somebody else in if they want a perfect job. Right. That's that done then. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Don't know what that is over there. Oh, it's just he wants to chat. We'll talk to him in a bit then. Let's do the living room first. Right, fix the broken chair.
You assembled the trophy case, remember? So this should go just as smooth. Get to work, kid. What are you waiting for?
Just like that? What happened to the discount store Zen Master?
Just do your job, Messiak.
I tell you what, we are great at fixing things. How fast is that? Almost too easy. Right, hang the clock in the corridor in the living room above the TV. So we need to drill another hole for that. Somewhere about there will do. One of these days we're going to get electrocuted. Right, where is the clock then? Perfect. Not too bad at all. Maybe a bit higher, but it'll be fine. On the wall, at least. You can tell what the time is. Not bad at all. Right, so that's the living room done and the kitchen. We might as well do the bedroom then, as I said. Ooh, keys. I wonder if they're for anything. Can we pick those up? Are they like a collectible? Apparently not. Make sure there's like safe or something we could be raiding. Ooh, 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 ooh. What is this? Money. Can we take... Ooh, we can take it. We've stolen their money. Well, they left money out for the handyman fairy. That's what they've done. And we've come along and taken the money. That's what's happened there. Right, let's assemble the bed. How easy is that? That lamp needs replacing in its proper place, though. Can I reset that? Put it down for them. There we go. I don't know why they couldn't have done this themselves. It's literally just taking stuff out of a box. Perfect. So that's the bedroom done. And we are 100 richer as well. Right, now we need to buy the reindeer wardrobe and place it where the old one was. And then go in there. Right, let's go and talk to him, see what he wants to say.
No idea how they got this thing in here, but it's not going out the window or the door. No choice. We take it apart.
But how?
But how, he asks. You grab that unscrewer and you unscrew. God, the boy's dense.
I think you mean a screwdriver rather than an unscrewer. Right, so I'll get my screwdriver out. Disassemble. And easy as that. Wow. Where do I get one of these screwdrivers in real life? That would make life so much easier, wouldn't it? Just being able to disassemble something just with a click of a button. Should we leave this here or take this with us? I guess they don't want it anymore. Because they're getting a new one, so... I might take this with me, and then maybe we could either put it in our house or a future job. Let's put that in there. Right, so we just need to buy something to go in there then. So we can't do that yet. Then we've got the tiling.
Oh boy, you will need to cut tiles to size here. And look at this, and I am actually starting to feel sorry for you.
And how do I do that?
Hold tile against wall. One quick pass with angle grinder, done. This not rocket science. Main thing is you do it by eye. Because if you don't, you'll overthink it and the tile falls off in a few hours anyway. Waste of effort.
He makes that sound really easy, but I bet it's not. I bet that's really complicated. Right, so we need tiles then as well. So probably one pack of tiles. I think it's just that strip down there, isn't it? So place the blue wave tiles in the empty space between the bathtub and the existing tiles. So it's only one strip. So yeah, we should just one pack of tiles should do that. So let's head to the shop then and purchase the stuff we need. Should we take a trolley in? Probably going to need more than one item, aren't we? We're going to need tiles. I think we'll get the wardrobe. That'll come from the catalogue. But I also need something to stick the tiles. I can't even walk in the place. Is the angle grinder... Is that just given to us, do we think? Or do we have to buy that? It doesn't say, does it? Oh, we need that, because that is the tile adhesive. Keep your eye out for an angle grinder. Can't see one. I'm guessing this place will just get filled out eventually in the game's life cycle. There's a lot of space here for stuff you could buy that's just not here. Here's the tiles. Blue wave. Okay, we should take one of those. So what have we got then? We've got classic mosaic. Okay. And then we've got granite, beige, emerald, and gold. I mean, they all look fairly different, to be fair, so that's not going to be too difficult, is it? I do wish that little sign would come up when you look at them. It does there. Oh, it's just the ones at home that's not doing that. Okay, well, maybe that's just a glitch at home then. It does work here. We'll go through the catalogue and purchase what we need, and then we'll take the rest through. Reindeer. So we can search, which is handy. Guessing it must be that one then. Which will purchase that. So we've got a lot more stuff here now. So when we first came in here, we didn't really have anything to look at in this catalogue because we were just like in the first bit of this tutorial. But we've got all of these things now available to us. There's quite a lot of items, and I suppose all of this stuff can go in our own home as well. Quite a lot of paintings and decoration. I do like. Often games are lacking some of that stuff. Yeah, alright, there's a decent amount of stuff there to fill up a house with. Well, that should be waiting outside for us, so we just need to take this through the checkout. Hiya, thank you very much. Leave our trolley over here. This in the back. Make sure we don't confuse this with our other one. I don't know why we've insisted in parking so close to this vehicle. Can't we just pull forward slightly or park there so I can easily get in the back? Right. Move some of these boxes out the way. I don't know why he's still standing there. I think he might have glitched out. Because I don't think he should be standing there. I thought it would have cleared when we went through to the other room, but it didn't. Screwdriver. Assemble. Way around is that? Oh, it's this way around. Drop it. Perfect. Right, we just need to do the tiling, which I think is probably going to be the worst thing. We've got here a drawing of a favourite superhero. Very nice. If there's any more cash around. Not that we're going to start stealing from children, but might as well check the place out. Always nice to get a tip. Okay, cutting tiles. With the tile placed against the wall, not glued. Enter tile cutting mode with G, then you need to cut it. And then that's that then. Okay, well, let's give that a go, shall we? So, go into this mode. I'm guessing then sort of line it up so it's perfect. I know so he said don't waste your time lining it up, just do it by eye and don't overthink it. But we can't just do that, can we? Right, keep it at a straight angle. Cut along the top. I think that was pretty good. I think the other part of the tile went through there, though. Don't know if that's supposed to happen, but it did. Oh, it's not my problem. They've now got floating tiles in their wall, but that's not my problem. I didn't mean for that to happen. Oh, it's fallen through. This is gonna be a nightmare. This job is going to be an absolute nightmare. I can just feel it. This is not going to be a straightforward process. All right, enter the cut mode. The cutting of the tile is actually pretty easy, though. All right, let's drop that on the floor. That's not what we need. Can I put this down? Game, can I put this down? I cannot put this down. We have floating tile. Oh, there we go. It's down. Yeah, I can just tell this is going to be a nightmare. Right. Get the next one done. So perhaps as predicted, this is not going to be a simple job. When I made my way over to this final tile, 3 tiles just randomly fell off the wall. Otherwise, I've done a pretty good job at slicing everything through, I think. It's not been too bad. I'm not 100% sure that final one is perfect there. I don't think it is. I think that was a bit too high, to be honest. But otherwise, not bad. I think I've done an okay job. But yeah, we've now got some extra tiling to possibly do because we've thrown some off the wall there. So I want to get rid of all these small ones because obviously they're not necessary. And now I've got loads of random stuff just laying in here, which isn't great either because it smashed as it fell down. So let's get a bag and get rid of some of these small pieces. If I can. Can I do that? Can you not throw this stuff away in a bag? Apparently not. They're all like old bits of tile. I don't need those anymore. They're kind of just in the way. So I think they're all the ones we need to use. That's another one I need to use, so we'll put that just there. That's another one I need to use, I think. Put that there. Don't need to use that. And I think the rest of the stuff in here is just the stuff that fell off the wall. And that's also to be used. Right, well, let's see how we go then. There we go. Not bad. We've gone slightly over the end there, but it'll be fine. Be fine. And then we just need to put this stuff up, I think. Let's line it up and stick it. Not bad. It's okay. Need to wipe that end part, but we'll do that afterwards. So as you can see, the bottom row of tiles has actually gone pretty well. So just replacing these ones now. I've just had to go, unfortunately, to the shop and get another set of tiles because I ran out. I'd broken too many. I had to go and get some more tiles. But look at that. We did a good job there. I am pretty happy with that. I just need to wipe the end off there, which hopefully I can. Actually, it doesn't look like I can. But otherwise, other than going slightly over there, if you just stand here, look at that for a job. A proper job. I'm happy with that. Right. Let's clean up and then we can give them a call and that'll be that. So I want to put this in my backpack because we'll keep that. I really don't know what to do with these. I can't pick these up. These are the offcuts. I can't do anything with them. Like, I can't put them in a bag or anything. I mean, I could throw them out the window. It's not ideal, is it? Just to have to be throwing stuff out the window. And it's a lot of back and forth trips as well. So we'll just get rid of this. And then... there we go. Not my problem anymore. We'll leave the offcuts on the floor, because I don't know what to do about those. Otherwise, good job. I think that's a very good job. So we hung some pictures on the wall. We did the clock. We fixed the chair. We assembled all of these things. Took down one and put another one of those up in the wardrobe. And then actually did a pretty good job tiling, apart from my just a little bit of overuse of the adhesive there. But I'm pretty happy with that. Right, let's give them a call. And they are pretty happy indeed. Pretty happy indeed. Look at this. Got all of our labour money, the materials they gave us money for as well. We got 940 there, plus the extra that I found. That is a pretty well-paying day. Okay, so as soon as I got back home, I've just come over to the shop here because I wanted to see if next door was open now, but they're actually closed. So I came in here, and this is where you can go and sell stuff that you find. So if you steal something and put it in your backpack, you could just sell it here, I think. But we can also get rid of old stuff here as well. So let's say I didn't want to save these tiles. I can just drag them over. And he will give me, I believe... he'll only give me 5 for them, but I could sell them if I wanted. I'm not going to for 5. There's not much point in that. But it looks like we could sell some stuff here, and obviously I can buy lockpicks from here as well. So that's good to know. I think that was mentioned in one of the previous videos, but it's the first time I've had a look at it. All right, let's find a new job, but we will probably do this one in the next video. So this is what we'll be doing next time. So I'm going to generally do a job per video, unless it's really quick. We'll do 1 or maybe 2 in some videos. Right, one more time. Stoick's first partner is moving in with him soon. For this reason, he decided that he needs a light in the bathroom because he will no longer be able to use the toilet with the door open. He is completely clueless. And in the next episode, we are going to get electrocuted. Yay! Because I'm pretty sure that's not going to go well. So we need to replace the burnt cable on the ceiling, fill the hole in the ceiling after replacing the cable, and then install a switch, lamp, and the rest of it. So that should be a quick job, actually. It sounds dangerous, but in real life, I've done that quite a few times myself. It's a pretty quick job, no problem whatsoever. So I think it should be an okay job for us next time. We'll start the job, and that is what we will be doing in the next video. So if you have enjoyed this one, make sure you leave it a like, consider subscribing to, and joining the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you for another video very soon.